Yo, what is up? What is up? It's King. We're back. We're in the building with another live stream. It's first episode of the Philly Sports Pulse. And I got my guy on today. We're going to break down Eagles versus Dallas. And this guy is one of the realest Dallas Cowboys fans I know. I'm glad to call him a friend. The one and only Big Time is in the building. Big Time, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
I don't know if you can hear me or
Oh, I can hear you now. You frozen a little
I have
bit.
no clue. I
I
cannot
can hear.
hear you.
All right, hold on. You may have to come in and come back out. Got some audio issues there, and we are live on Big Time's channel as well. Yeah, Doug. It looks like
Oh,
Big
this is
Time's
horrible.
having some issues there. Uh, but what's going on, y'all? While Big Time finishes up his gets his audio together, looks like he's on his way home. Uh, can you hear us? I can hear you a little bit. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Key,
Yeah. Can you hear me? I can hear you, but I don't know
key.
if you hear me. Doug's gonna hop back in and come in and hop back out. But we got the Eagles versus Dallas Cowboys, the first game of the week. We're gonna break it down again. Doug is the realest Cowboy fan I know, and he is live on his channel as well. If y'all have not yet subscribed to the Big Time Show, make sure you do. Appreciate all his followers as well. That's on. We're gonna have a little bit of fun here. No bad mouthing anybody. Just straight breaking down everything. Gonna get into his thoughts of the Michael Parsons trade. Uh, how he thought the offseason went for the Cowboys. Just another perspective on things. As you know, we are playing Dallas Cowboys week 1. Should be that the rivalry goes back so long. It's always going to be a good rivalry, a good game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we get everybody back healthy. We can. It seems like we never play each other without somebody. Either Dak's missing, Hurts is missing, somebody key on the offense is missing. So I feel like we're healthy. It's week 1, so but we're going to get into it. But if y'all have any questions for me on Big Time side, feel free to ask anything. Again, he's going to be up momentarily. I know he was having some of his audio issues, but breaking down things here again. The major news on the Dallas Cowboys side was that Michael Parsons did get traded to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and Frank Clark. So, what do I think about the trade? I mean, I didn't think that Jerry was going to actually trade Michael Parsons. I've heard some mixed feelings on that end. Some Dallas fans wanted Jerry to pay him. He was one of the key pieces on the defensive side. Then you got some fans that wanted to see Micah going. He doesn't show up in the playoffs. He's a non-factor. Glad he's gone. But then Jerry plays Deron Bland, another key part in the secondary. To pay Deron Bland, but you can't pay Micah. I don't know, Jerry. Some key questionable things. But Jerry will be Jerry. I know I heard some people even say this is up there with the Herschel Walker trade of caliber biggest trades in history. So it's going to be a fun, interesting year. But definitely he'll be coming back in. Hopefully, gets his audio and everything together. So breaking down things here. So the Eagles, of course, did win the Super Bowl. Banners will be raised uh, on Thursday. Apparently, that the Eagles won't be on the field when that happens, but should be still a good game overall. Again, I'm not taking anybody lightly, not taking the Cowboys lightly either. Um, but we're definitely gonna be ready. Definitely gonna be ready for them. On the offseason, they did pick up Miles Sanders for the running back. They drafted Jalen Blue, and they got Javonte Williams running. Of course, Tony Pollard and Rico Dowell no longer there. So we'll see how this run game can be. Can the Dallas Cowboys side stop one Saquon Barkley? That was the whole thing about having Michael Parsons there to stop the run when he wasn't there. Teams was just running all up and down the field with the Dallas Cowboys, with Dallas. So looking on both sides of things, we got, of course, the best offensive line, number one in the league. Then we got Dallas Goedert. They have a good tight end as well, Jake Ferguson, who also got extended this offseason. Definitely, I like Ferguson though. He's a good tight end. Of course, you got CD Lamb, and then you did pick up George Pickens for a rental this season. Let's see what George Pickens and CD Lamb does for Dak. Dak have some help. Got George Pickens to help out CD Lamb, so it should be interesting. I'm not taking the Dallas Cowboys lightly at all because CD Lamb still could be a threat. Dak still could be a threat. George Pickens can still be a threat any given Thursday, is what I say. So breaking down the series matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles, I believe Dallas is up. You need to definitely check that head to head there. Dallas versus Eagles all time. So the Dallas Cowboys does leave the all-time series 74 wins to 58 losses in the total meetings, including the regular season, and 3-1 in the postseason. So it's always a good rivalry in a matchup for Dallas and Eagles. Of course, here in PA, it's Dallas week, so everything is here. So, all right, let's bring back time. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you perfect. You good?
Let's get the show on the road. I'm in the building. What's up? The one and the only.
What's going on, Doug? Again, everybody, this is my guy. Big Time is in the building. Again, one of the realest Dallas Cowboy fans I know. And again, I'm glad to call him my friend. Doug, how you been doing?
Man, I'm trying to do the best I can, trying to keep my blood pressure down and everything else for Thursday night. I had long enough. I've taken all the pills and taken all that. So I think I'm ready for Thursday night. Let's get the show on the road. We can't run now, can we?
All right, so I need to hear your true thoughts on the Michael Parsons trade, and what did you think about everything as far as him getting traded to Green Bay? And do you think y'all got enough for Michael Parsons?
The trade for Parsons was horrible because both sides were messy. That's about the best way I can put it. Y'all forgive the noise or whoever's here watching this. Both sides were messy. And it's a shame that they had to come to this point of, a divorce, really. Did we get enough? That will remain to be seen. Ask me that same question in about 3 years, because of the draft picks that we obtained. There's no telling what's going to come out of that. So I don't know if we really can judge that now. I do like Kenny Clark though. I do like the Kenny Clark deal. I think we're more better suited for the run with him there rather than having. I think we beefed up in the D line category, which is what we need badly. We lost obviously Michael, and that's a big loss. There's no denying that. But Michael was not great against the run. He was not. He was great at pass rushing. He was great at pressure. I'll give him that. But when it came to the run, he was a little small. He could get pushed out by, a big offensive line like y'all's line. Everybody knows the playbook on Michael. You run at him. So that cannot be denied. But overall, I wish that we could have. He's a cowboy. There's no question about that. But guess what? I'm not crying over spilled milk. He's gone. So goodbye. We'll see him in about another month, and we'll take it from there.
So tell me a little. We're gonna go back, as to the people on my end who don't know. How did you become a Dallas Cowboy fan? Again, you're not your average Cowboy fan who's just a bandwagoner. There's some type of history there. So how did you become a Dallas Cowboy fan?
1977. I was 4 years old. Cowboys were playing the Super Bowl 12 against the Denver Broncos. And when you're 4 years old, you try to be like your dad. And I wanted to be like my dad. So my dad, even though we were in the Super Bowl, we messed up on a play, and he threw something at the TV, not to break it. And then I had whatever I had. I think I had a tennis ball, and I threw that at the TV, trying to be like him. So wherever, if he cheered loud, I cheered loud. And one of the things that his loudest cheer was the Dallas Cowboys. So my love affair started with that because of strictly my dad. But as you know, you keep getting older. It got inside of me, and I didn't need my dad no more. All I needed was just a TV. And so in the early '80s, even though we didn't win, we were in a lot of championship games. '80, we was a NFC championship game with Philadelphia when y'all beat us. '81, the catch with Joe Montana, we win that NFC championship game. '82 and '83. So that's 4 years in a row was the NFC championship game, and then win it. That's when Danny White was the quarterback. And then, of course, we started talking about the '90s, and I don't have to speak for that. We won. So I grew up just, loving them, and this love affair is still going. And yes, to all your Philadelphia Eagle fans, yes, even 30 years later, since we have not won the Super Bowl, my love affair with the Cowboys is still strong as it was in 1977. So you just got a history lesson. I think you can tell by my history lesson. I'm in too deep. I can't be divorced. I told my, I don't mean to hog it up, but I told my people, Key, I told my people on my show that my love affair didn't start with Jerry Jones. It started with Tex Schramm. My love affair didn't start with Troy Aikman. It started with Roger Staubach for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was not Emmitt Smith for me. It was Tony Dorsett. It was not Michael Irvin. It was Drew Pearson for me. It was not Deion Sanders. It was Everson Walls for me. So my love affair goes back to before some of these guys were even born. They were 5, 6 years old. They're my age. Deion and Michael Irvin, all those guys are my age. So it started long, long time ago.
And that's what I said. That's why I said I definitely respect your love for the Cowboys. Again, it's these delusional bandwagoners who just hop on, don't know their history. It's the ones I clown the most. But the ones that's the diehard, I don't go at them too much because you don't sugarcoat anything about the team. If they stink, you gonna tell them they stink. If they good, you gonna say they good. So definitely gotta respect you there. But so all the players that you named, was there any like one particular that like stood out to you more that you still have a love for? And do you have a favorite Cowboy today?
One that got me the most had been Michael Irvin. If there was anybody that you can say, okay, he is a Dallas Cowboy, it's got to be him. Uh, Staubach was that way too, but Staubach was not the vocal leader that Michael Irvin was. Emmett was quiet. He led by example, but the soul of the Cowboys, it's got to be Michael Irvin. That's just me. I guess because that's the way I played. Michael Irvin was flamboyant and Michael Irvin was loud, but he bagged it up on the field, and that's kind of the way that's my kind of guy. I'm a flashy Ray Lewis, Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin type guy. So I love guys that kind of fit that personality. I love the leader by example type, but I ain't just too crazy about it. But it is what it is. I can deal with it.
So talk about the rivalry of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. What do you love about it? What do you hate about it? Do you don't like this time of year because you know how our Philly fans could be? What do you like about the rivalry?
I love when we win, and I hate when we lose against y'all. That's about as simple as I can put it. My history goes way back. It hurt me in 1980 to lose, even though we played y'all. If y'all was at home, when Jaworski and Harold Carmichael and uh, got your running back, but Wilbur Montgomery, I believe that was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all guys beat us there, and I wanted to go play New Orleans and play the Raiders in the Super Bowl that year. Uh, but y'all ruined it. So at 7 years old, that's when my hate affair began with that, and I really wasn't in too deep with uh, the Philadelphia Dallas uh, rivalry. My thing was this: you got to keep in mind in '77 we won the Super Bowl. In '78 we lost the Super Bowl to the Steelers, Terry Bradshaw and them, and then in '79 we lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship game. Uh, in '80, I was wanted to start the new decade off with another Super Bowl, and y'all ruined it, and then y'all was in the division. So I've been looking for y'all ever since. I've been looking. I got a problem with Philadelphia, and when you start going through all the years with McNabb and T.O. and Brian Westbrook and Brian Dawkins and all of these Deuce Staley and all those guys that put a hurt on us. Andy Reid. See, when I see Andy Reid, I still see Philadelphia. I don't see Kansas City. So
Right.
I don't like him either. You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with Philadelphia. I don't like your stadium. I don't like your cheerleaders. I don't like your concessions. I don't like y'all. I just it's a typical Philadelphia, Dallas type rap. I can't stand it. So and then to fast forward to now, uh, the NFL knew what they were doing when y'all won the Super Bowl last year and say, okay, we know Philadelphia's gonna open up Thursday night. What better team to bring them to Philadelphia with the whole and you want ratings? Key, this game here is gonna be I'm serious as a heart attack. Somebody gonna have to show me, other than the Super Bowl that's this year, that's coming up this season in the February. Somebody's going to have to tell me that this game Thursday night won't be the highest rated game of this entire season. And it's not because it's the only game. It's because it's Philly and Dallas. And I'm telling you right now, I believe a record is going to be broken on this Thursday night. So that just shows you the power of the rivalry on both sides. Philly is a national team just like Dallas is. Um, and Philly is everywhere, but they're not like y'all ain't like us. We everywhere. But y'all have a tremendous national fan base, and I just feel like this game here is just gonna be, as far as ratings go, it is gonna be electric. And there is no question about it.
Doug, you would be surprised coming here to Philly how many Dallas fans you see in Philadelphia. It don't make
Oh,
no
I know
sense.
that. I know it's that. That's right.
It don't make no sense. I'm just like how you grow up in Philly, but you're a Dallas fan. But I understand around that time that's who was on TV. So
Yeah.
It's only a certain amount of teams are shown on TV, so you're either a Dallas fan, Pittsburgh, or 49ers fan back then. So I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but it's wild to see how many Dallas fans are in Philadelphia. It's crazy. They
Yeah.
don't care. They walk up to that stadium wearing that star, wearing that blue and gold. I mean, wearing
We
that
we
blue.
we'll stand anywhere. Ain't no problem. We everywhere. It's no question about that. We're gonna be in there Thursday night too. Watch. We're gonna be. It's gonna be loud. There's gonna be a lot of blue in there.
Yeah, you can try. Y'all can try to take over. Y'all can try to take over
Oh,
Lincoln
no, we
Financial,
come.
but it'll never happen. But going to talk about this season coming up. The last season, um, of course, every expectation is the main goal is to get to the Super Bowl. What happened in that Green Bay game that y'all just couldn't get over the hump to possibly even get back, maybe to possibly an NFC Championship game? What happened last year? That was the downfall of the Dallas Cowboys. What do you think that should have changed or could have been different last year?
Last season,
Mm-hmm.
we were injured. I mean, you can't run the race without the horses. I mean, when you lose your starting quarterback, I mean, come on now. There's a difference between Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. There's a big difference. So that we'll start with that. We lost Micah for 5 games last year. That's you losing your one of your better uh, best offensive players, and then you lost your best defensive player. So it's kind of hard to uh, deal with that and overcome that. So if Dak is hurt, that obviously affects CD. CD's numbers goes down, even though he still had an All Pro year. But you can't do it without your quarterback. And I'm not blaming Cooper Rush because Rush won some important games for us, but there's no comparison between Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. So we were 7-10. We had a lot of injuries. I mean, Trayvon Diggs was hurt last year. You just can't. You had a team that came in and had the star on the helmet, but that was not the Dallas Cowboys. So last year was kind of a wash, which of course got us a very high pick in the draft, and got Tyler Booker at 12. Now nobody would think that the Cowboys would have ended up the year drafting 12th in the draft last year because everybody figured the Cowboys gonna at least make the playoffs. But when you go 7-10, you go pretty high in the draft. And 12 for us, we're not used to drafting that high. So that tells you that the season was rough for us. So yeah, I don't consider that a wash year because injuries are part of the game and there's no excuse. But let's make no mistake about it. When you losing starters and you are playing practice squad players on the NFL stage, you're not gonna win too many games. So that's pretty much what I watched that too.
And then y'all lost Overshawn too. He's a great player from Texas. Y'all got
Yeah,
so he was missing big in that defense. Moving on into this season, you get new coordinators, get new coaches. You bring in Marty Schottenheimer. I believe you guys have is it Eberflus as your defensive coordinator. How do you feel about what they're going to do this year with the Cowboys? In your opinion?
the jury is still out. I mean, I can't give credit to what I haven't seen yet. Only thing that I can do is judge Coach Schottenheimer from the time that he was hired until this point. And I have given him all checks in the boxes for what he's had to do since he got hired. He said all the right things. He's motivated the team. He's created a culture there in practices. But what you cannot give him credit for is, what's getting ready to happen on Thursday. Uh, Now we can judge him starting this Thursday, uh, and give him and his coaching staff the credit. But so far, so good. I hate that he had to go through what he had to go through in the case of all this drama. This is not good for a first year head coach. Uh, Losing arguably your best player on the roster when all plans, especially this late, Um, it'd been one thing if you would have drafted him, traded him before the draft, but you trade him a week before the game has started. So a lot of game plans and a lot of things were, uh, you know, built around him. So there's no excuse. You have to go ahead and move with it. But I give him an A so far. But that was all off season. Now we get to the real thing, and we'll see what we have to say. I don't know what he's like with game management. He's the offensive coordinator really this time. He's calling the plays. We don't know, how he called plays. He said he want to be physical, et cetera, et cetera. We don't know that yet because we haven't seen it. Uh, but we will begin to see it this Thursday, and then everybody will start to either continue to like him or we'll start criticizing him like we criticize everyone else. And I've been, me, I call it like it is. If he, one thing he said, he want to be physical. If he come out here finesse, I'm going off. That's just that simple. That's all I'm gonna say.
This Philadelphia Eagles team just won the Super Bowl. I'm sure you was disgusted that we won the whole thing. I'm sure that was the least team you wanted to win the Super Bowl. But what can you say about the Philly team that y'all about to play on Thursday? Are there any good things you can say about them? I know you give flowers where it's due, but I know it's Philly. But is there any good things you can say about the team?
Well, I'm one that I don't just because I don't like you don't mean I can't tell the truth about you. And here's the truth. Really, what I'm about to say now, it says it all, and nothing else need to be said. Y'all the world champions. Y'all, I mean, it don't get no better than that. Y'all are the defending world champions, and everybody's gunning for the champs. So, but as far as um, last year, since you're a Philly fan and you study your team way better than I do, um, you guys, the team from last year, is not the team that y'all gonna line up with Thursday. Y'all have had some key departures. Y'all lost number one, your offensive coordinator, our guy Kellen Moore, who guided y'all through to a championship. He's gone. So I don't know who you. I mean, I don't know if your offensive coordinator is going to be as loaded, as Kellen was. I know you still have some of the same players, but is it going to be the same commitment to the running game like it was last year? I would figure it would be, but you just never know. Uh, some of your secondary is gone, and you got guys there that I feel like after looking at your team, I feel like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, how you doing? Y'all forgive me, I'm on the show. Hey, how you doing? No, you good. Good to see you. Good to see you. So the secondary is different, and what I want to say is that um, that your front seven is still tremendously stout. I give you that, but your weakness on your defense is your secondary. Well, and I'm not saying it because it's. I know you got DeJean and you got Mitchell, but you also got Adoree Jackson, who I think we fit a target all night long. And then personally me, I give credit to Mitchell and DeJean, but I'm not scared of them at all. I'm not. Uh, I believe they're second year players, and I believe because of George Pickens being with us now instead of Brandon Cooks. It's a big difference between CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. That's like night and day. So because you have that, you have to play a little bit differently now. And so I'm not scared of whoever your cornerbacks are. Please, if there's ever, I doubt very seriously y'all play one on one, but if y'all do, like I told the people last night, if y'all do play one on one, I can't wait for that. If it's Jane or Mitchell, I take my chances. I know y'all ain't crazy enough to go 1-on-1 with CD Lamb, and maybe George Pickens may have to prove it to you, but I take my chances on that. So, uh, I it remained to be seen. Y'all are the world champions, but that team from last year is not the team that we gonna see on Thursday night. There's a lot of guys over there, but it's a big mix now.
Yeah, definitely our secondary is what the not say the issue is, but definitely losing Slay to go to Pittsburgh. Of course, we said it. We traded C.J. Garner Johnson to Houston. So I mean, it's secondary is going to be our test this season. And the front and the linebackers are still the same, still the offensive line. So I wouldn't be shocked and surprised if Eberflus targets the secondary. So, what's going on, little big time? How are
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah, he just got out of basketball practice. That's why I'm not in my regular setup at the house. I hope you guys forgive me. But I just had to get out here. I couldn't let my girl down, Key. Let me say this about you, Key. I know we talk about Philadelphia, but Key, any success that I've had at the Big Time Show, and it has been a success. I have a lot of followers now. YouTube, I'm approaching almost 3,000 finally. Uh, how many? 4,000, he said, and then on the Facebook, I'm over 1,700. But what you don't know, your viewers are a lot of that is Key because of Key. Key was one of the people that helped me tremendously as far as my graphics was concerned. Uh, a lot of backgrounds that you see even now, Key was a part of that. So any success that I've had, and this is the reason why I'm here, I'm never too big. I'm big time, but I ain't too big not to hang with my girl Key. I owe her. So whenever Key needs me for anything, if we talking golf, I'm here for Key. You know what I'm saying? Key is very instrumental, and I appreciate you, Key. And I'll tell you that in your viewers and my viewers. I appreciate you for everything that you've helped me through my show.
Now I remember when you came in, you under the 100 mark. I remember when you hit that 1,000
Yeah,
subscriber mark. So
yeah,
I was glad I can help you along your journey.
you
And
did.
you here now. You big time now. So but let's talk about the breakdown of this game a little bit. I know the off season you did pick up some running backs. Tony Pollard's going, Rico Dowell's going. I believe Deuce Vaughn got let go. I thought maybe Deuce Vaughn was probably going to maybe do something for y'all, but he didn't know the story. His dad worked in the scout. And it was a touching story. He did get drafted. But you bring in Jalen Blue, you get Miles Sanders, and you get Javonte Williams. What do you think about your running backs right now?
I think it's just a big old gigantic. I think it's a collection of a bunch of number two running backs. That's what it is. When you have that many, even though it looked like that, all signs point to Javante Williams being our lead back. Uh, but I think we could be better, obviously. But the Cowboys have tradition. I ain't gonna say traditionally, but they don't want to pay the big running back. So they do this collection by committee thing. But however, I don't want to be derogatory, but again, Thursday night is going to begin to tell us some of the things that we need to know. I don't know what our running game is. I don't know because I haven't seen them in the preseason. Nobody has seen them. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if my offensive line we're projected to be pretty good, but I haven't seen it yet. And this is not a good game to be testing out your offensive line against y'all. So we're gonna see. They want to be physical. They want to run the ball. Well, this is a good test that's coming up without a doubt. So we'll see. I really can't just say anything about the running back. Javante Williams is a guy who's predominantly been hurt. Miles Sanders is a little bit older. Jadon Blue is a rookie. Hunter Lemke, I like him, but you're not depending on him. Phil Maffa, who's on the injured reserve list, ain't nothing wrong with him. He's on the injured reserve list. These are the five guys who we got so far. I can't say I know them too well. I hope they show up. That's the only thing I can say.
And then also you signed George Pickens on that other side with CD Lamb. Y'all definitely was needing a capable number two for Dak. Now I've always said if Dak stays healthy, Dak can go far. Again, I don't have no will ill against Dak and don't wish no will injuries on him or anything. But when Dak is on, that's when the Cowboys win games. The defense is stout, Cowboys win games. You signed Ferguson to an extension. Again, you signed Deron Bland. So I mean, you
We're
got Clark.
loaded. We're loaded. The offense is going to score. It ain't no question about that. The offense is going to score. The question about the Cowboys this year would be the defense. That's the unknown right now. You lose Micah, and you put in Kenny Clark, and now you got a collection. We got to find. We have pass rushers. We got pass rushers. We got Fowler who gave you double digit sacks. Osa can give you six. Osa give you 6 or 7 sacks. Kenny Clark can give you when he's healthy. He can give you 6 to 7. We don't know anything about Donovan Izaraku, our rookie, who they say has traits. You can line him up everywhere. Uh, he's a rookie. We'll see. Can't speak to it. Sam Williams can give you 5 to 6 sacks in the season. So we have guys. We just don't have Michael. So, that dude. You know what I'm saying? But we can get pressure. Um, we will see how well our secondary holds up. I'm talking about your secondary. Our secondary is suspect as far as I'm concerned. So, of course, now you're talking about AJ and Devontae and Dallas Goddard and Dotson and Michi. That's going to be a test. So we have, Eberflus, our defensive coordinator, uh, plays a zone type defense. And we better be playing a zone against y'all because we should never get caught up in a man to man defense against y'all because now Jalen can really go to work on us if that be the case. So it's just gonna be I believe both defenses, Philly and Dallas, are almost gonna be playing the same defense, try to keep everything underneath, nothing over the top, and make Jalen and Dak be pocket quarterbacks. I believe Jalen, if you make Jalen a pocket quarterback, he'll give you a chance for turnovers. And Dak is the same way. And I think that's what we're going to go with. So I'm looking for a big night. I'm sorry, Kim, I'm about to get out. Let me see. Yeah, because they turned the lights off here. But I'm going to see how long I can stay with you here. Go ahead.
No problem. Didn't want to keep you on here too long. I definitely appreciate your time. I see your videos with Little Big Time and his thing doing
Yeah.
basketball and soccer. He's starting football, so
Yeah, he just did it. My son just had his first tackle football game. He played both sides of the ball. He started and he played offensive guard and he was played middle linebacker. Middle linebacker, he had 7 tackles his first game. I was like, oh my goodness. And then he had to look. I got the film work. If anybody is my friend on Facebook, go to my page and look at it. He had 2 pancakes playing offensive guard. So I said, "Oh boy, my boy, here we go." So I'm excited about that. He actually has a game this Thursday. He has a game this Thursday, and I'm excited about that. And I'm going to miss maybe about the first 5 to 6 minutes of the game on this Thursday because I'm gonna be with my son who has a game at 5:30. So I'm gonna be with him, and then I'll get to the game. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm probably gonna lose coverage here, but just in case I do, I'll give you my prediction. I said it on my show last night. I don't think that I think we're gonna keep a game close. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. But I don't know if we got enough to pull it off. I don't think we're gonna be able to run it as much as I hope we do. But I don't want Dak throwing it 45 times a game. If that's the case, we're not gonna win. Not that he can't light it up, It's just that we don't want to be one dimensional. If we're one dimensional, I think y'all gonna get us.
Like I said, any given Thursday, I got us winning in a close game as well. I don't think it'll be a blowout either. But big time. I appreciate you coming on. Talking some Eagles, Cowboys. Hopefully, I can return the favor if you have guests. If you need me to come up, I definitely will return the favor on your end or whatever. But definitely appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate you. And continue to have growth on your channel. Hopefully, you hit that 4,000 subscriber mark.
Man, look, I hope so. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna keep doing is pumping it out. One thing about everybody should eat during this time because the season is starting. Everybody's gonna be looking for content creators. So I encourage every content creator, no matter what your numbers are, just put it out there. People will watch. You'll grab more subscribers now because it's easy to do content because the games are here. So I mean, you should have at least 1 to 2 shows at least per game, leading up to a game. And if you really are people, you can do it. Almost about 5 or 6 times almost before leading up to the game. But everybody should eat. Much success to you, T. I ain't nothing but a
Think we
hello to
lost.
all your viewers, and we'll see you next time.
All right, Doug. I
I think I'm out
appreciate
of here.
you. Yep, I appreciate you for coming on again, y'all. That was Doug Brooks, Big Time, with the Big Time Show. Make sure y'all subscribe. Again, the realest Dallas Cowboy fan I know keeps it straight and legit. Appreciate you, Big Time, for coming on, and I'll let you go. All right, y'all. Again, I appreciate everyone for tuning in from Big Time's channel as well. So I appreciate y'all. Should be a good game on Thursday. And again, I got to ride with the home team. Again, it's not going to be. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll be a good competitive game. Definitely got to see what our secondary is going to be this year. Again, that's going to be the key piece. I'm not too worried about the front and the linebackers and our offense. I'm not too worried about that. Again, it's the back end that may give us some issues, but we gonna see. We're gonna get tested definitely with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. But again, y'all, I am Key, and I'm always in the building. If you have not yet subscribed, I'm on the YouTube side. I'm Key in the building everywhere. We'll be bringing daily content from different creators of different teams. So hopefully, my goal is to have a guest from each team that we play this year. So whether it be the Commanders, whether it be Green Bay, whether it be the Giants, who knows, I may have another Dallas creator on when it comes time to us playing again in Jerry World. But we'll see. Make sure y'all tune in to the channel. And again, I appreciate y'all, everybody who's on the Big Time Show side. Again, if y'all have not yet subscribed, make sure you do. The links to the Big Time Show is in the description. And as always, y'all, love, peace, and hair grease. Have a good night. Let's have a good game on Thursday. And I'm going to get out of here. See y'all later.